What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I already did a video earlier today going over some of the data points, but I want to go over one common thing that's being brought up on social media. The fact that Lucid just isn't really doing enough. And so I wanted to go over if I think that's accurate and everything else. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, when it comes down to Lucid's PR, I think we can kind of distinguish that there is a very big difference between Lucid, the American Lucid, and Saudi Arabia. Because for instance, a lot of big updates have come from Lucid Saudi Arabia. Even for instance, this was just posted. I don't really understand how this is actually beneficial, but supposedly McDonald's Saudi Arabia and Lucid have some sort of strategic partnership. I don't really know how that's going to look. Of course, there was no official news. It is just simply this, but in some capacity, there is going to be some sort of collaboration. I don't know if McDonald's is going to have the infrastructure for charging, and through that, maybe Lucid, you can get a Big Mac and charge your Lucid Air or Gravity at the same time. So hopefully there's going to be some more updates, but there's clearly a big issue. And this is something I don't always mean to complain on my videos. I just want to start off by saying that, because I guess I kind of get caught up in saying, hey, Lucid needs to do this and this and this. And the reason why I do that, though, on a side note, is because there's a lot of other stocks that do a better job. And I know it's kind of frustrating because I know Lucid has a very good product. One stock that's doing remarkably well today was Rivian. And so it did close up 4.1% at its peak. I think it was like 8% in the green. But if we kind of look at their recent news, they are participating in events. So this one right here, they just announced. So they're going to be participating in the Morgan Stanley's 13th annual Laguna conference. This one as well, they announced today. They're going to be participating in the Goldman Sachs 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧 and Technology Conference. And even aside from that, Rivian's participated in quite a lot. Even back in June, I did bring this up. I was kind of frustrated the fact that Lucid once was the name that they had so much passion towards their product. They loved to talk about it. So they did all these conferences. But starting pretty much in 2025, they just dropped like crazy. They do not care about conferences for whatever reason. And so even, for instance, here, the Deutsche Bank Global Auto Industry Conference, they did not participate in that. Even, I believe it was the Bank of America Auto Tech Conference. They didn't participate in that. So I think Lucid management, I know some people always say, oh, you always blame Mark. Technically, he's the leader. He's the CEO. He's the one guiding this ship left, right, wherever it goes. It is based on his plan. And so ultimately, if something is failing, regrettably, CEOs do get called out. And so I think just given the circumstances, maybe Mark I kind of do feel bad for Mark on a side note. Like the condition that he was given Lucid in was complete crap. Peter was very much focused on technology, neglected many other aspects of the business. And this is why throughout 2020, technically under Peter's tenure there, Lucid's not done all that great. So I kind of do feel bad for blaming Mark, but at the same time, you don't just stop doing these conferences. So I think at the end of the day, Lucid really needs to get their crap together. If not, you are going to see them fall by the wayside, because technically, even today, we had Tesla in the green, Rivian in the green. Broader market kind of did suck, but this whole reverse stock split did not work in their favor. As I've mentioned, technically, I saw it going down at least 10%, and it's gone down quite a lot from there. So it's just a very, very unfortunate type of thing. And I think even in general, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, just the difference between Saudi Arabia and just the States, complete polar opposites. And if I was to be fully honest, I actually prefer how Saudi Arabia is managing Lucid rather than the States. Only because at least Saudi Arabia, they are doing a lot of MOUs. They're getting their name out there, doing a lot more partnerships, which should give a good foundation and a good base. But it's just a very bad scenario. So like I said, I just wanted to go on and kind of address what a lot of people are complaining about on social media. So let me know your general thoughts. Do you think that Lucid is not doing a lot of these conferences on purpose? Do you think that they're just trying to stay quiet and sheltered, which is a complete polar opposite to what Peter used to do? He used to love to get their name out there and even do those episodes on to educate investors and the public on Lucid's technology. That completely dropped. I think a lot of people generally like that. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, Lucid, it is what it is. This whole reverse stock split plan was a complete fail, and from what we can see from a lot of the data points, institutions are actually selling, not buying. So it is going to come down to performance, them executing, and I think one way to really get your name out there is do these damn conferences. Get your name and show off your technology. I get it, things have not really worked in your favor, but does not mean you go cower in a corner and just wait for people to forget about it. You still have to go out there and just address, but hey, yep, things didn't really work out. We were waiting for magnets and whatever else, but we got all of our supply chain. We're going to be ramping up. That is how you address issues. But then again, I'm not CEO, just some random YouTuber. So you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Do you think I'm remotely correct, or do you think I'm completely off tempo? One final thing though, if you are looking for some solid buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.